I promise you, today's video from a coverage perspective, absolutely game changing. No, seriously, absolutely game changing. What's up, guys? Dan from the Madden YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about calling upon your zone drops. Yes, calling upon your zone drops, not canceling, calling upon them. We've talked about zone drops here before on the channel. They're a great way to situationally counteract certain routes, in particular corner routes. A lot of players like to set a 30-yard or a 25-yard blue zone and utilize this when they know something deep is coming. However, it would be a lot better if we could set the zone drops, but not use them unless we needed them. And that's something that I'm going to teach you guys how to do here in today's video, which is really cool for two reasons, because we can call our zone and run stock zone rules, but we can switch and go into our zone drops on the fly if we need them in a certain situation. Like say somebody were to audible or motion and all of a sudden there's a tell in their offense that you need that zone drop on the fly. I'm going to show you guys how to activate your zone drops on the fly rather than basically being stuck in them from the huddle break, which is really nice. The other thing that's going to be really cool about this is that this is going to allow us to play match with our match setting on, but be able to utilize the zone drops on the fly. And that is really cool as well. Let's go ahead and get into this here. Let's talk about the street corner flat, because I think this is the most apropos situation to explain how this would work against. So I'm going to call street corner flat out of gun bunch. And as you guys know, I am a big time proponent of utilizing match. So what we're going to do from a coverage standpoint is we're going to set our settings from yesterday's video. If you didn't, make sure you guys go and check that video, the top 3 things you can do to make your defense better in Madden 23. We're going to set baseline on, and we're going to set match on. Now, for today's video, we are going to go ahead and I'm going to set a zone drop that I'm going to call upon, meaning that when I want it, it's there. However, we're not going to use it unless I need it. So for this particular video, I'm going to set my flats to 30. And let's put ourselves in a situation where maybe we are calling our quarters coverage. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to show you guys basically when you are dealing with this. We know that if you have zone drops active, which we do on the back end right now, they're set to 30 for our blue zones, that this means that your match coverage will not play match. So if I were to actually run a street corner flat combo, you're going to see that your match coverage basically plays zone, and you didn't get a matching animation out of the outside player. So when it comes to basically how this behaves, again, if you watch the outside corner on this, you're going to see that he basically is just running down the field because there is a streak or a fade. He doesn't really lock into the man-to-man that you traditionally see. So again, as I just snap this over and over and over, you see how right bumper, there is a down and outside pass lead window there available for him. We know that if we were to go ahead and reset our play, so you hit X left trigger, that is going to reset your play, which means your zone drops no longer work at all. So if I were to go ahead and run the street corner flat combo, what you will then see out of this play is that the outside quarter will play his match rules. So in this situation, you should see the Julian Edelman corner route matched by Jalen Mills. And you see that that is exactly what happens. I have no opportunity to throw that. It is completely shut down. So we know that. That's something that you're probably saying, okay, we are well aware of that as it pertains to this game. I want to show you guys what happens if you guys want to call upon your zone drops on the fly. So what we're going to do is we're going to come out. We have our 30-yard blue set. I want to be in match though, so I've reset my play. Let's say that we go up against somebody who basically knows what they're doing and they say, okay, well, you're in match. I'm going to run a street corner flat, but I'm going to run off that match zone. Now, all of a sudden, I don't want to be in this match coverage anymore for one reason or another. I just don't feel comfortable with that. And I'd like to use my 30-yard blue zone. All you really have to do is make sure that a play with a 30-yard blue zone or a blue zone in general is in your audible set. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to audible straight into Tampa 2. And what that's going to do is that's going to reactivate our zone drops. So check this out. When I go to run this, you see how Jalen Mills drops all the way back to 30 yards. And if I go to throw that corner out, he's there to guard it. And that's going to allow us basically to have this zone drop in our back pocket to call upon at any time. Now it gets deeper. This is actually really cool, so check this out. What's up guys, Zan here. I just want to say that this tip, if you're enjoying it, make sure to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below, as well as hitting that notification bell. But also, this was something that was off my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg. Go check it out. It's your one-stop source for everything competitive Madden. $9.95 a month unlocks everything. That's hundreds and hundreds of vault tips, just like this video, and every single offensive and defensive game plan on the website and Discord access. Now back to the video. All right, so check this out. This is really, really cool. Let's go back into our settings real quick. Let's say we're gonna stick with our 30-yard blue zone flats, right? But I wanna do this all out of the same play. I don't wanna audible out of quarters into Tampa 2. I actually wanna just fiddle around in the play that I'm in. Check this out. What you can do is set the play that you come out of the huddle with as an audible. This is really, really neat. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come out in quarters, and let's put ourselves in that same situation where our opponent maybe is running a street corner flat combo. We want to go ahead and still play our match. So what we're going to do is hit reset on the play, which turns our match coverage back on, right? So again, if I were to run street corner flat right here, you will see that Julian Edelman is matched. Again, I'll just throw the ball away. You saw that to be true. But now all of a sudden our opponent decides that they are going to, we've got our play again reset. So we're in match now. And our opponent goes to that same motion out. Let's say that they motion out, but I want to stay for whatever reason in basically a cover 4 shell, but I don't want to be in match anymore. All we have to do is audible into the play that is in our audibles. Again, this is not a reset. This is a fresh audible. We audible into the play XX and then put a blue zone on the field. I'm just going to put B into a flat. I snap this ball right here, and you are going to see that blue zone now is dropping to 30 yards, and we have our zone drops active while being in the same play. Now, again, I do understand that in certain scenarios that might leave other areas of the field wide open for a touchdown. So in that particular situation, again, if we're resetting our play, so now our match is on, our opponent decides to motion out, they're using a streak in a corner on this play. Now, all of a sudden, what I would do is I'd say, okay, well, I need a 30-yard blue. I'm going to re-audible into quarters. I'm going to put this guy into a deep half and this guy into a 30-yard zone. What that's then going to do is turn your zone drops back on. The outside corner will play 30. The deep half over the top will basically allow you to essentially keep the lid on. And now all of a sudden your opponent's got to scramble because nothing is open. So there you guys have it. That is how you call upon your zone drops on the fly. Again, all you have to do is keep a play in the audibles with the color zone that you want, and you can audible into it on the fly to activate your particular zone drop. So you set your zone drops, you break the huddle and reset your play to turn them off. And then when you need them, you either re-audible into the play that you came out in, not a reset, a fresh audible into the play actually set as an audible, or you audible into a completely different play that has the zone color that you've set to a specific zone drop, and that will turn it back on.
Math.
So this is going to be really, really good for players that audible around and now all of a sudden you need to get out of match and you need a specific zone drop profile. Or this is going to be really, really good for players that maybe motion and now all of a sudden you want to go ahead and turn a zone drop on. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This is a really, really good tip, something I've had on Gridiron Game Plans for my members, but I want to bring it to you guys here on the YouTube channel, kind of show you what we've been cooking with over on the website. Please go check it out. Subscribe to the website if you haven't. I promise it'll make you a better Madden player. And also make sure you subscribe right here on the YouTube channel because we've got a short form video coming out later this afternoon and more coming this week. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.